Sitting in the hospital in the middle of surgery, we're like, what are we doing in Oklahoma? Like, what brought us here? Just an incredible child, and you can tell her health issues have made her wise beyond her years. Is trying to graduate at the same time as her sister, or even before her sister, who next year will graduate.
Ashlyn comes from Wyoming, that's where her home is, but they don't perform this procedure there.
And we had heard about the spinal shortening surgery for kids that had had numerous detethering surgeries. Doing research on it, it's a huge surgery. This time it would be her 7th surgery, and it just becomes risky. Every surgery you do.
And we have the largest experience with spinal column shortening.
Mainly because of how many times his name came up on all the research papers we read. Did research on him and saw that he had been named one of the top 10 neurosurgeons in the country.
It's a new procedure. It's a new procedure applied to children and adolescents.
You know, someone would have told us a year ago, you're going to be in Oklahoma City for this spinal shortening surgery. We would never have believed it.
We're one of the few centers in the country that offer spinal column shortening. I always like to use a rubber band analogy. When you stretch a rubber band taut between 2 points, when it's taut, the spinal cord doesn't work well, and that starts to affect leg function, bowel and bladder function. And it's only when you take the tension off the spinal cord that's when things start to pick up again. Function becomes restored. Spinal column shortening is a complete change in paradigm in how we think about tethered cord syndrome and its treatment. With that same rubber band that's taut between 2 points, if we shorten the distance that the rubber band needs to travel, now we've taken the tension off the rubber band without operating directly on the rubber band or the spinal cord.
They've removed her T12 vertebrae, and then they put pins in it and they squish that spinal cord together. And
so what we do in spinal column shortening is we don't touch the spinal cord. We don't touch the membrane that holds the spinal cord and the spinal fluid and the nerves. We operate on the bone all the way around.
Already we have noticed her stability. Before surgery she was really wobbly and couldn't walk without a crutch. So that's a lot better. Her deep sacral pain that she hasn't had that since, and that was really had stopped her from doing a lot of things.
It's going to be a long road for Ashlyn. It seems that the longer you've had symptoms before you have the surgery, the longer that recovery is going to be. So I almost view it as we did the easy part, we did the surgery. Now Ashlyn has to do the hard part of actually going through the rehab, going through the therapy, and actually recovering. You know, Ashlyn's biggest wish before surgery was that she'd be able to ride a horse again. Because of the pain that she was having, because of the problems with stability she was having, she wasn't able to do that. So hopefully we get her on that road to recovery.
She will know how to help other people, and she wants to make a difference on the world, and I know she will.